Hello friends, this is another episode of Have Fake Thoughts. I am your host, Anna, and I'm currently in the United Club. I am, just a disclaimer, I am not like a travel influencer at all. I just happen to have a credit card that has just really nice benefits. And one of the benefits is having a couple passes to the United Club. So I'm here with I think it's like a called a Botticelli with like some grapefruit juice in it, so it's kind of cute. It's pink. Anyway, so I'm gonna set that aside. So yeah, I was thinking during the plane ride, and something that I was thinking about was the relationship between our conception of reality versus what reality is. Because on one hand, we can't be married to everything that we think of. In other words, like, because the world is changing and as we live in this world more, like, our understanding of the world expands and grows, right? So we can't just, limit, our understanding of the world to like just a single idea, or that, oh, like, the world is like ice cream. No, the world is more than ice cream, right? But then at the same time, one has to have a confidence in, your perception of reality, having a confidence that, you're not being gaslit all the time. And so I guess, like, I was just thinking between these two extremes, like, yeah, like, you don't want to be, I don't know if insecure is the right word, but you have to have a kind of, like, sense of, like, a kind of humility to accept when you're incorrect or wrong, but also, like, not to the extreme where you're just denying that anything that you think or say is right. And I think I'm kind of, I think I'm experientially, I guess I'm not struggling with that, but figuring that out, perhaps. Because this kind of reminds me of a quote from C.S. Lewis where he says that all reality is an iconoclasm of God. And I think that's very true, because if you think who God is, right, he is this being, in the sky, he is this very nuanced, complex being. So complex and nuanced that not one thing in the world can accurately describe who he is. So I think of, like, for example, like, the path to holiness is kind of like this challenging of, who do you actually think God is? Like, do you think God is comfort, or just comfort? Or is he actually, like, someone that you have a relationship with, So kind of challenging, so in that case, like, challenging that more animalistic side of you, saying, okay, like, are you going to God because, you have this conception or this idea of him, versus are you actually going to him because of who he is? So I think that's worth pondering and thinking about, especially, like, in terms of purifying your own intentions, for choosing to follow the Lord, just throw it out there. But yeah, something that I was thinking about, and I think I was convicted this past week. I had the privilege to sit in a seminar at this theological institute in Europe, and they were talking about this very fact, specifically the question of, is God just a thing of pleasure for you? Worth asking. So yeah, I just got back from a 9-hour flight from Britain, and then currently on my way back. So yeah. Alright, well, cheers to you. Have a good evening. Thanks for watching. Bye.